All right, hey, what's going on, everybody?
Welcome back.
We're back to discuss the next episode of The Curse
of Unknown Island. I'm just kidding.
Well,
The
of
Curse of
Oak
Oak Island.
This is for episode 20, right?
20.
That's episode 20.
We're going to be watching the other one as soon as we're done with this because I guess the episodes got delayed or they took a break from it for a week. So because of that, they pushed out 2 episodes instead of 1. But
yeah, at least here they did. It was because we couldn't watch it last week. Now they're showing there's 2 episodes. It says the date was from last week, but we couldn't see it last week. So I don't know what happened with History Channel for us. Anyways, I have no idea.
I don't know if it came out only to certain parts of the country or I have no idea.
Who knows?
But we ended up watching it.
Yeah, we did. It was another decent episode. There wasn't a whole lot like major discoveries. There was
well, let's just say first the money pit was an absolute disaster. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say that, but no, I mean it wasn't that good of what they found. They only found clay that they think was redug and then thrown back into the ground.
That's because Rick decided they wanted to move the what do you call it, the drilling station, the drilling machine over to a different location. So they were away from where they had been drilling for the last few weeks. And I figured they weren't going to find anything when they drilled, and sure enough they didn't. So now they think they're away from the tunnel that they've been finding wood for the last few weeks. And now they're like, well, no, what do we do? Well, clearly, if it was me, I would go back to the area where you'll find the wood. I mean, you don't keep drilling the same spot where they find nothing. Makes no sense.
But they have a new plan.
Yeah, they always have a new plan for the money pit.
But I guarantee this plan is not going to go well. But I could be wrong. So basically, Rick, Craig, and the team decided that they're going to use kind of like laser technology to I forget what device name it was, but he said it's this device, and it could shoot up to 4 areas or whatever based on how the inches. I have no idea how it works, but it shoots up to like 4 areas, and the thing detects if there's anything valuable in the walls and in the ground, like gold, silver,
gold and silver, so.
And they want to see if that can get them back on track to where the tunnels might be, or if they extend any further into the ground. But so they're gonna try that and see how that works out for them. And now you got that road they've been digging up for like the last couple weeks now. And
they were trying to figure where it went to what they call the uplands, or if it went towards the money pit, and they're still finding, trying to figure which direction it's actually going. Now they think it's going towards the money pit, but they did find something interesting. First, they found like these rocks stacked up with voids in between them, and they thought maybe it was some kind of a structure.
They called it a substructure. So basically, in other terms, like they think someone purposely stacked the rocks on top of each other on purpose. Like that's what they think. And then they found burnt charcoal. They found that, and they also found dirt that looks like you burnt a fire.
Yeah.
Because like they show what the dirt looks like. Like if you look at normal dirt, and then there was like this orange. No, it didn't really look orange. Like it was very dark. It was hard to see, but it was like a dark orange dirt type color, and they think that someone was burning a lot of something.
Yeah, they were trying to figure out why it was burnt over a long period of time, because of the color of the dirt that was under these rocks. It was around this rock area, so they don't know. They were trying to figure out what the person could possibly be burning. Then they started saying, well, maybe they set this ship on fire that they believe was in the swamp. Now if they find something, it's possible. I know they did find some they call it some pottery, it had some pink and blue painting on it, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, so they found all that, and obviously the preview for the next episode they showed was they found something to a ship, but we haven't watched the episode yet, so we'll find out all about that. And then they found in lot 2026, I think.
Yeah.
Gary found and once again with his huge metal detector.
This
one was a much bigger one.
He was all psyched up about hitting this giant metal. I mean, it was like he said
the thing goes. It detects things up to 30 feet in the ground.
Yeah, it was like 5 to 10 times bigger than the one he usually is. So he's all psyched up about how there's no trees in this area, so you can finally use the XP 5000 or whatever he called it. I forget.
Yeah. So anywho, he, how he acts. He didn't really find anything exciting except it was in a very tiny ox shoe, because obviously we have the history app, and so it cuts into ads, and basically before it went into commercials, his last words were on, "Oh my God, look at that, mate!" And then it cuts out, and he digs up, and it's like, it's an ox shoe. It's like,
they always do that. They like.
I'm sorry,
hype
but it's
hype you up for it, and they come back and you find out it's something minor. I mean, they found enough. A ton of ox shoes, so that's really nothing.
But this one was kind of special, if you put it that way, because they send it off to a local blacksmith to get the dates tested.
It's in common lay.
Yeah, so they sent it off to him, and Jack Bakley and Terry Madison went to see what he said and everything. And he basically said that the ox shoe was created by the Scottish, and that the estimated date time would be somewhere into the mid 1400s into the mid 1600s.
Yeah.
So, but it's like why has this thing been sitting here for over 600, 800 years?
Yeah, and they said it was supposed to be before the money pit was there. So one of them.
Yeah,
that had these ox there. What were they doing with the ox in there before the money pit? So.
Oh, and then at the end they had a meeting in the war room with the team, because they found a piece of wood in the road, and they also sent that off to get tested. And Craig Tesser said there was 3 different timelines as to how long this wood is, but basically he said they're pretty much the same. So he gave those dates pretty much the same as the ox shoe. It was somewhere between the mid 1400s up until the mid 1700s.
Yeah.
And the team was kind of surprised at that, because obviously when you find things like that, it's like, well, why has it been in the ground this long?
Yeah. Yeah, they think they cribbing is what they were called. It's just basically they take wood, they put it on the ground, and they cover the wood with rocks, and the wood is supposed to prevent the rocks from sinking into the ground because it's a swamp. So that's how they found this piece of wood. They said it was placed there. It wasn't from a tree or anything like that. It was just some rocks. They found a lot of stuff like that, like a lot of this cribbing stuff to keep the rocks from sinking down on these roads that they found.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. It's just, I like history myself, and I think it's just pretty crazy of how they find all these different items that go back hundreds of thousands of years. It just blows my mind how they keep finding stuff like that. But they always say in every episode, oh, it could be the money pit. It's like no, it's like you can't just jump to conclusions.
Yeah,
like
keep going.
You have to keep digging and keep supporting evidence, and then if you find evidence, then sure you could say, okay, it's a money pit. But for now, you haven't found treasure chest or necklaces. You haven't found any of that. Only, but that's something else we'll have to wait and see. And then you have the preview for the next episode, which we will watch as soon as we're done with this. So basically they found something in the swamp, but they didn't say what it was. They're still digging up the road. It looks like some activity going on.
It's gonna take a whole lot to dig up that road because they're mostly doing it by hand. Because they're trying to make sure that they leave all these rocks in place. They're not, they're trying not
to recreate it.
Yeah, they don't want to just have Billy going there with that excavator and just scoop all the rocks because then they won't know which direction it actually goes.
That's why when you watch it, they only dig like a certain amount of layers off of it, and then the archaeologist teams they unfortunately have to sort of dig it all out by hand, which is kind of terrible.
Yeah, and it's very time consuming, so that's why it's kind of slow going when it comes to the road. But I'm curious what it's going to be like when the season ends, how far they will have gotten, because I know, it's interesting to see how far it comes. Like Smith's Cove, I always like that one. Like by the end of the season, that looked completely different than how they started. And it was really surprising how much cooler it looked when they revealed everything that they had dug up over time. So that was pretty awesome. I'm hoping they do the same way with the road, that they able to show more at the at the end of this season. So look forward.
Yeah, because obviously they were saying that winter when they shot it was almost coming, but hopefully by the end of the season, hopefully they can conclude where this road goes, or if they can, hopefully the next season will continue off where they started with it and keep going. But it seems like now they're going upward now, because they were saying the road is going into two different directions. So like it's still going straight, but then it's going up towards the money pit. But that's something we'll have to watch in the next episode and see if they find anything else big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna wrap up our review.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. So if you guys like this video, have any thoughts about this week's episode? Again, this is episode 20, not 21. So we'll be watching 21 after this. Like I said, they kind of put them together on us. So either we missed it, I don't know. So anyways, this is gonna be for that episode. So if you have any thoughts about this episode, put them on down below. And as always, hit that like and subscribe.
Until next time.